Okay. Okay, cool. All right, great. Hi, everybody. Can you see me? Can you see us? Are we live? Okay, yes, we are live again on AMTV's Chit Chat with Shel and I. Hello. We're having a few technical difficulties, but we are working it out as best as we can. So, let's see now. Okay. I've got one view, so I'm not sure who that view is, but please say hi so that I know who's watching, and then we can continue with the Facebook Live because it went off just now and I don't know why. And people are tuning in again, so that's good. Hello, 2 people. I'm so sorry, you guys, that I had to. That's the problem. They made it sound so easy on the instruction video, but it's actually not that easy at all. Can you see yourself?
Did you use Zoom?
I tried to use Zoom, but even that was a bit difficult to connect to the Facebook, unless I record it separately and and then put it on the video, which I might have to do if this doesn't work out. So hi everyone, Amanda. It's Amanda. Hi Amanda. This is We are having some technical difficulties, but I hope you guys can hear us. I'm putting your volume way up so people can hear you. You can say hi. Okay. So, welcome to AMTV's Chit Chat. You might have to put your headphones on, VI, because I can hear a bit of feedback coming in. Yeah, so maybe mute that video. Okay. Yes, welcome back. Hi, Alvern, George, Bugum. Hello, VI, and Amanda. Nope, I'm not Amanda. I'm Shel. VI, you might need to turn your volume down a bit. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes. But I can hear myself as well. Okay. 2 girls, chit-chatting, having problems, technical difficulties, so we're working it out. So guys, please bear with us. All right, let's just get on with the interview, okay? I don't want to take up so much of your time, but I am still getting a bit feedback. Wei-ai. Hello, Wei-ai. You might need to turn the volume down. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. Now, to start it off, you drew a picture of Dr. Noor Hisham, right? And those who don't know who he is, well, he is the General of Health, the Director General of Health. Honestly, I didn't even know we had one in Malaysia, but now I know he's the Director General of Health in Malaysia, who's doing a good job, right? And how or what inspired you to draw a picture of him? And on his birthday too, for his birthday. His birthday is on the 21st of April, right? And you drew a picture of him. Do you have a picture of him? Do you have a drawing of him? Show it, put it up with your camera.
Okay, just give me a second, because I think the Wi-Fi connection's quite unstable, so I actually can't really hear what you're saying. Could you repeat?
Show me the picture of our Director General of Health.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Could you see it?
Yes, I did.
I'm just gonna put a closer view.
Yep. That is a pretty good drawing. Now, did you copy that, like looking at his picture and then you drew it out, or was it from memory, or how did you manage to do that?
Because I'm not studying abroad, so I'm now also in like lockdown situation.
Yeah.
So obviously my loved one are they're at home, so I'm so far away and I can't really like care about them. So like sometimes I get quite anxious. But thanks to Dr. Noor Hisham, he's quite up to date with the news and he's quite transparent about it. So it makes me feel more at ease.
Yeah.
It feels like knowing like Malaysia, it's rather safe.
Yeah.
Makes me feel more at ease. So knowing,
Okay. No, that was good. Are you okay? Now, I know you're saying Vi's voice is breaking up. It's because we're having technical difficulties and the Wi-Fi on her end also keeps breaking up. So we can't seem to connect. And this is the only way we can do this interview right now on our AMTV Jom Chit Chat. Okay, so we're making the best of the situation, guys. So hopefully things will improve. Ooh, connection bad in Dunedin. That's what Joanne Tan said. I think Joanne, you're right. So we should get her to move to Australia. That Dunedin is too far away. Okay, so now tell us more about your artwork. Now I did put up some on the poster that I did promoting the Jom Chit Chat. Now that's just a little bit of the artwork you've done. You actually have more on your Facebook. And what like how do you come up with the ideas to draw? When do you find time to draw as well?
For me, I started drawing when I was very young. So for now, drawing is more like a coping mechanism for me. So during the lockdown, I have to stay at home and I can't go to uni, so like everything, it's just confined to like my own room.
Yeah.
So for me, drawing is more like a reminder. So like when we started lockdown, the 2 weeks was very difficult for me.
Yeah.
So for me, like every day I would actually pick something that I'm happy about, or probably like something that I've done.
Yeah.
So I would draw it out, So it's kind of like a reminder, like despite things are quite uncertain.
Yeah.
But there are still stuff that I could do, some stuff that I could look forward to, some stuff that I'm happy about. So yeah.
I see. Okay, but your drawing style, you know what it reminds me of? When I was younger and I used to go to the hairdresser to get my hair cut, those comic books, it reminds me of those drawings in the comic book. But it's nice. It's kind of like reminds me of those times. But is that your genre of drawing that you're doing?
Yeah.
It is?
I actually switched my style of drawing. So I actually started off with drawing, like those animation, those like manga, like Japanese manga with like big eyes,
Yeah.
But now it's more just like a doodle. Like sometimes I don't even like use the eraser, I just like quickly sketch, Like sometimes when I get too anxious, like I would draw like a lot of lines, in my drawing.
Yeah.
So my style have changed, and I think it's because how I view it, how I utilize it.
Yeah.
Like back then, it was more like it's like part of me. It's like my identity and something that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
But for now, it's more of like a coping mechanism.
I see. Yeah. And as you said, coping mechanism. So where you are right now in New Zealand, you're still on lockdown?
Yeah, hopefully things will get better.
So how do you keep busy in lockdown? Like, are you busy cooking your favorite Malaysian dishes? Are you exercising? What are you doing?
I miss Malaysian food, but unfortunately I can't get a lot of ingredients here. So like that day I was like, like planning. I was like, oh man, I miss like Malaysian like curry, like chicken curry. And I went to the supermarket. I'm like, oh, there's no curry leaf. There's no lemongrass. Then I'm like, okay, I will think about the food, or I'll Google the food and just like imagine, like, oh, I'm eating it. Yeah. But how I'm coping with my lockdown. So I have a lot of assignments. So it's good. It keeps me busy.
Yeah.
And I'm actually very, very fortunate to live with a big group of people, and I exercise with them. So I actually have like a routine, like every day 5 o'clock. Like one of my flatmates would be like, "Yo, let's go for let's come out, like let's exercise."
Yes.
So that's really good. At least something, like something like a routine.
Yeah.
And something to look forward to. So that's assignment, exercising, and cooking. I mean, I didn't cook Malaysian food, but I ended up cooking other stuff, So, but I did try out like quite a few like new recipes.
Yes.
So just doing stuff.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually getting a lot of requests to see your drawings. So Umi Asaka says, "I love your doodles." Frank says, "Can we see some of your drawings? I'm very curious." So if you can still just show us a little bit more of your drawings.
Oh, okay.
Just put them up and let me have a look.
Right.
Hang on, guys. VI is coming with her drawings.
Okay, so now I'm sitting on the bed. I'm just trying to get it. So actually, Chinese New Year, I drew a picture.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show it. So this is, so I drew this during Chinese New Year.
Yep.
I was in New Zealand during Chinese New Year. And obviously, I miss home, I miss the food. So the only thing I could do is I cook some stuff and then I just Skype with my family.
Okay.
And just,
And do you have more pictures? Because while I'm holding my camera up, you can show more pictures.
Yeah, okay. So during lockdown, I did try out a few new stuff. So one of my friend, she has a cafe, so she's a great baker and she's a great cook.
Yep.
So that day she was making this apple crumble. So normally apple crumble, you would, or you would actually like slice the apple. For her, so she put the crumble in the apple. So I tried that out and I was pretty happy. And so I drew a picture about it and the struggle that I have to like scoop all the meat.
I can see the struggle. I can see the struggle in your face, in your drawing. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see it's very animated.
This is one of my favorite.
Okay, can you explain that?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite.
Can you explain that drawing?
This one?
Yeah.
So this one, so I was quite down that day. So I think this was during the beginning of the lockdown. So I went for a walk.
Yep.
Then I saw this pigeon, it was like all puffed up because of the cold weather. Mm-hmm. So I just look at, just like squatting down, just looking at the pigeon. And yeah, I don't know why, I just felt that moment was just really precious. That's why I drew it out.
Yeah. And you stated that it was a rock pigeon. Is that a type of pigeon? A rock pigeon?
Yeah, I had to Google it. I was like, oh, what sort of pigeon is that? So yeah, it's actually called a rock pigeon.
Oh, I see. I have to tell you that your face expressions in your drawings are really good. Like I could tell, obviously you're happy in that moment, And not like the other one. I could see you struggling with the apple crumble. So it's amazing, like how you can capture that image. Yes, I'm very impressed, and I hope everyone likes it, and you're happy with all of VI's doodles. I wouldn't call them doodles. What would you call them? Artwork?
I'll just call them doodles.
Doodles?
Do you want to see more or?
Yes. Show. No. You can show us more. You can show us more. Aww. It's a family.
It's something that I do for World Autism Awareness Day. So it's on April 2nd. So this is actually me, and this is two of my boys. I really miss them. So they're my students.
Okay. Yeah.
So They're the reason why I'm pursuing my master's in teaching.
Yep. And
Yeah,
are they back in Malaysia?
Yes, they are back in Malaysia. Yeah, so it was. It's quite a long story, and I don't know how to start actually.
Okay, well, since you brought up the story, and we know that you're doing your master's in teaching and learning in Dunedin, so why don't you explain to us the reason why you decided to get into teaching and learning? Because I know you worked with children with special needs, right? And how did you get into that? What inspired you to go into that particular line of teaching?
Okay. So it all started after I graduate. So I did a bachelor in psychology.
Yep.
So after I graduate, I'm like, man, what am I going to do? So what's next? So am I going to work or am I going to continue my study? So just like every other undergrad, you know, I obviously don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So then when I was thinking about it, you know, so I was pondering, then, wait, let me rethink. Just time travel back a little bit. Oh yeah. So one of my lectures, so I took one paper called Inclusive Education.
Yep.
So when I was in my final year of undergrad.
Yep.
So I don't know what to do, but I know that I'm quite interested in the topic of inclusive education.
Yeah. What is it
So
called?
that's why
Inclusive education? Is that what you said?
Yeah, inclusive education.
Okay.
So inclusive education is basically having, regardless what's your cultural background, whether you're a special need or you're able-bodied, you know, you could learn, like you could
equal opportunity. Yep.
Equal opportunity.
Not
I
correct.
would say right to quality education.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So it's something that I'm quite fascinated. So I wanted to know more.
Yep.
So I did my bachelor's in New Zealand. So inclusive education is quite big in New Zealand.
Yep.
So I was wondering as well, like in Malaysia, do they have inclusive education?
Yes. Do they?
Yes, we are starting to look at that, which is great.
Yep.
But we still need a lot of improvement. We need a lot of manpower, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I went back to Malaysia. I applied to work in a private school.
Yeah.
So they are doing inclusive education, and that's how I started. So at first I started as an assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So I started as an assistant, you know, like I didn't know about it, you know, like I didn't know about, you know, like what is autism. So I work with children with autism.
Yep.
So at that time, you know, like I have no idea what is autism.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to do a lot of research, you know, I was asking my colleague, you know, like what is autism, and I attended a lot of workshops as well.
Yep.
So then later on, let me think. Yeah, I really enjoy working with them because how would I put it? They're just very genuine. Just very like genuine.
Yeah.
For me, I think one of the biggest struggle when it comes to working with children with special needs is I need to be mindful about like not like, because as a teacher you would feel like, oh, you need to help them.
Yeah.
But for me, like I try to see them as someone that's capable.
Right. I see. Okay. I understand that. Yes.
So it's dynamic. You know, I don't want to feel like, you know, like they need me to help them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like guide them so that they could be like, you know, independent individuals, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that's a really good reason why, and I think we need more people to enter that line of teaching as well. And I think here in Australia, they're doing a great job of that. So yes, well done to you. And so tell me what you've done back home as well. No, I mean, you're a teacher, but you've been through so much. You've done quite a lot regarding your experience with like EPIC as a volunteer. Now, if you don't know what EPIC is, EPIC stands for Extraordinary People Impacting Communities. And I actually went with this group to work with the Orang Asli, right? I personally, I have never been to see the Orang Asli. I've never visited them. I've had friends who have, and they tell me that you know, it is an experience, right? So tell me a little bit about that before.
I think
yeah.
Because I studied in New Zealand, so
yeah.
for here the indigenous people is Maori.
Yes.
So like there was actually one time so I went on a solo trip and I actually met this lady. So I went to visit I think a museum, and I couldn't get the bus back. So this Maori lady, she volunteered. She said, "Oh, I could send you back to your hostel."
Yeah.
Then we had a chat, you know, and then she asked me about indigenous people in Malaysia. And then I was like, I stunned. I was like, she actually don't know about, you know, like the Orang Asli. So from there, you know, like I would say that it kind of like developed. So like for me, I'm quite curious about stuff, you know, like just like I mentioned before, you know, like about inclusive education, because I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
That's why I went to find out. So for this one, it's the same as well. So she asked that question, you know, then for me, you know, being a curious person, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, then I should find out about it.
That's right.
So then I just randomly Googled like, Orang Asli in Malaysia, like helping Orang Asli in Malaysia. So then EPIC popped up. That's why I signed up for EPIC. And I would say it's an epic journey. It's just a really good experience because I get to work with some really amazing people.
Yeah.
So I work with some amazing people. One of them is Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
So so he, oh man, that was kind of sad. So
I'm sure you could tell us a lot of stories about that, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, because the thing is, I have a lot to say, so like everything is like all jumbled in my head, so I'm like, everything just didn't come out in like order, so like I just had to like reorganize it.
Yeah.
So okay. So Daniel is one of the person who started off pathfinding.
Yeah.
So for pathfinding, so we get to go to like Orang Asli houses, so we interview them about their housing condition.
Yeah.
So through that experience, you know, like I actually get to like talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very different experience, because being born in KL, you know, like it's the city, you know, like everywhere, and like going to the Orang Asli, like really, you know, it's so different, you know, and how do you say it? It's just eye opening, because if I don't go for pathfinding, if I don't like join EPIC, you know, I wouldn't have like, you know, met like Orang Asli.
Yeah.
And in my school we actually have Orang Asli students as well.
Oh.
So yeah.
Wow. No, I think that's a lot to say, because like we live in Australia, you hear about the indigenous people of Australia, the Aborigines. You know, you've got the Maoris in New Zealand, but right in our backyard in Malaysia, we have our indigenous people, that we hardly see, right, or hear about. So that is something to think about. Yes. Well,
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
yes. So thank you so much for your time and your chit chat with us. So sorry about the technical difficulties we faced today, and hopefully we'll get that sorted out as soon as we can. Hi everyone who's watching right now. If you've got any questions or you just want to say hi, you can just type it into the comment section and we will say hi to you before we say bye. Okay, so so let's see. Okay, so Joanne Tan said show us more of your food drawings. Okay, she wants to see more of your food drawings. Okay, so wow, everybody's impressed with your drawing. So yes, thank you so much for being our guest today on AMTV's Jom Chit Chat, and we hope to have you back one day soon. We wish you all the best in Dunedin. All right, and thank you so much for your time, Thank
you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry about the technical difficulties that we faced today for AMTV's Jom Chit Chat, but hopefully we'll get it right the next time, okay? So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the comments, and we will check back with you soon. Bye. Jom Chit Chat every Friday. Bye. Oh, before I go though, one more thing. If you want to be a guest on AMTV's Jom Chit Chat, please PM us on the AMTV Facebook page so that we can get back to you. Okay, bye-bye.